Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Anjali. The topic that I'll discuss is spacing between subplots in Matplotlib. We'll see how to set the spacing between subplots. First is using plt.subplots adjust method using tight layout method, and we'll see how to combine tight layout with rectangle parameter. Let's start with first method, that is using plt.subplots adjust method. This method is used to manually tune the layout parameters of subplots, allowing you to adjust parameters like left, right, top, bottom, height space, and width space. We can manually tune the layout parameters of subplots, and it will allow us to adjust the parameters like these spacing terms. It is saying that we can give these values manually. I'll explain this in an example. I've copy pasted the whole code. Now I'll explain each line of the code. First we'll import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and we are importing numpy as np. We are going to use these two names all over the code. Now we'll see how to create the sample data for sales performance. In months variable, we are passing np.arrange function and passing values 1 and 13. Arrange function here helps to create us 1D array. That array is stored in months variable. In sales 2024, np.random.randint of 200 to 500 and size will be 12. This variable holds the number starting from 200 till 500, and total numbers should be 12, and it can be any random integer between these two values. Sales 2025 will contain the random integers between 250 to 550, and there will be 12 different values. This is the data for sales performance. Here we are creating subplots. Figure AX1, AX2 is equals to PLT dot subplots of 2, 1, figure size is 8, 6. Figure is nothing but it represents the entire wind while displaying the subplot. These two are subplots axis objects which we will define here. First subplot and AX2 is second subplot. These two we are defining here, and size we are giving whole window size. And in subplot function we are passing 1 and 2, which means 2 rows and 1 column. And figure size should be 8 and 6. These both are in inches, 8 inch wide and 6 inch tall. This defines the structure and how a subplot should look like. I hope you understood till here. Now I'll explain. First subplot, that is AX1. AX1 dot plot of, we are passing months sales 2024, and we are giving marker as O, and color we are giving blue. For this, title will be monthly sales in USA 2024. X label will be month, and Y label will be sales in dollar. Now we'll see second subplot. Here this is plot, and here it is bar. Once I run the code, I'll show you the difference. Here we are passing months, and this is about sales 2025. Here we are giving color as green, and this is the title. This is X label month, and Y label is sales in dollar again. This is adjusting spacing between subplots, that is by using subplots adjust function. As I said, we can give manually the values for height space and width space, which we have given here as 0.5 and 0.3, and show function to display the graph. I'll run this code. You can see here it is occupying the whole window space by writing figure keyword, and this shows marker O we have given, and this is a plot. Here bar, this is bar graph, and this is X and Y labels, and these two are titles which we have given here. I'll just change these values and show. Now I change 0.5 and 0.3 to 1.5 and 1.3. Now we see the space between these two subplots. Here the space has been increased after changing the value. This is how we can manually give the values to increase or decrease the space between two subplots. Hope you understood the first method. We'll see the second method, that is using tight layout method. This method is used to automatically adjust subplot parameters so that the subplot fit within the figure area. It specifically prevents overlapping between axis, label, title, and tick labels. In the previous method, we manually give the values, but here it automatically adjusts the subplot parameters, and it will fit within the figure area. How we have defined the figure area? to that area, it automatically adjusts the subplots parameter, but it prevents the overlapping between accesses labels, titles, and labels. We'll see how it does adjust automatically. Import lines are same. These two are import lines, which I explained in the last example. In the sample data, for unemployment rate, years are 2015 and 2025. By using arrange function, it creates a 1D array. Then, by using random.uniform, we are taking the numbers between 3 to 8, and here the size will be 10. There will be 10 different numbers between 3 to 8. In last example, we used randint. Here we are using uniform because to give the equal probability to all the numbers for being selected to come within these 10 values. In rate A and rate B, there will be random numbers between these values. This is sample data. To create subplots, as I said, this considers the whole window size. This is first and this is second subplot. In subplot function, we are passing 2 and 1 as 2 rows and 1 column, and the size of the subplot will be 8-inch width and 6-inch tall. This is how we will define subplot. Then if we come to first subplot, both the subplots are plotting graphs here. We are passing year. This is about rate A, and marker here is S, and color is red. This is title, X label and Y label. Here we are passing rate B, and the marker here is triangle, and we are giving purple color, title, X label and Y label. And we are not passing any values here, we are just using title layout function. As I said, it will automatically adjust the subplot and at last show function to display the graph. You can observe the changes, that is, we are just using the function, and there we manually give the values inside the function. Now if I run this code, you can see here it is distributed and automatically adjusted the size within the figure area, and we have not given any values manually. This is marker, S is nothing but you can see here square, and here triangle is the marker. These two are the titles and these two are X and Y labels. Hope you understood the difference between previous method and this method. Now we'll see how to combine title layout with rectangle parameter. Sometimes I need extra space for a main title or a legend outside the plot. In such cases, I combine title layout with the rect parameter. The rectangle parameter defines the portion of the figure area that the subplot will occupy. If you want a title to be displayed in a big size and you want more space for title or legend outside the plot, at that time you need more space for that and you want graph to look little smaller. In such cases, by combining title layout method with rectangle parameter, you can make changes in spaces. It defines the portion of figure area, which means we can define the area of the plot by giving the values, and we can adjust our space according to our requirement. I'll explain an example. These two are import lines, and for the sample data for population growth, years we are taking as 2010 and 2025. Population year is again random integer between 300 to 350, and the total number will be 15. This represents full window size. These two are subplots, 2 rows and 1 column with this is width and this is height. In first subplot, we are passing year and population, and the color is orange. This is the title. In the second subplot, we will pass year with population, and the title here is USA Population Growth Chat 2. Now we'll see how to adjust with rectangle to leave space from the main title. This is the important line. Along with the title layout, we are passing rectangle parameter, and we are telling 0, 0, 1 and 0.95. What does these values means here is this is left, this is bottom, this is right, and this is top. I'll tell more about this while showing the output. In subtitle function, we are passing USA population growth analysis from this year, and the font size is 14. This is the title for the whole page, not for the subplots. Show function to display the graph. If I run this code, you can see here this is the main title, and these two are the titles for plots. We have not defined any X label or Y label here. You can see we have just written the title. Now I'll show you The distance from the top is 0.95. We'll change this value to 0.15. You can see here it is overlapping. By changing the value, we can set the portion of the figure area. You can try changing this value, then you can notice the changes that it will happen on the output screen. I hope you understood all the methods that I explained in this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.